number 151. This is the viewer pick from Goaty. Made way back in 2015. Yeah, October 29th, 2015. So we're 1 day shy of the 3-year anniversary of Goaty making this viewer pick, which we're now getting to. This is based on the Italian comic book character named Dylan Dog. It's an Italian horror comic series, in fact, where Dylan Dog plays a paranormal, or is a paranormal investigator. And the comic book series was created by Tiziano Sclavi. The series is set mainly in London. Despite being Italian, written by an Italian, it takes place in London, where the protagonist lives, though occasionally travels elsewhere. There have been several actually, Dylan Dog video games, and including at least 2 from this publisher and developer Simulmondo. The first one was 1992, called Dylan Dog Murderers, and that's a platformer, 2D action platformer that came out on Amiga, the Commodore 64, and DOS. And then the following year, 93, they did this adventure game, Dylan Dog: The Looking Glass. I believe there were some other were there other Dylan Dog adventure games? I believe there were. There were, including there's actually a text adventure for the Commodore 64 that came out in '88. Although I think that's was that in Italian only, or did they come out in English? Yeah, I think it might have been Italian only. Simulmondo actually did some other adventure games too, but this is the only one that actually came out in English as well as Italian. Most of them are just Italian only. The comic book series, of course, in which the game is based, has also been published in the United States in English by Dark Horse Comics. The series is also published in Croatia by Ludens, in Serbia by Veseli Setvrtak and Exbic Publications, in Macedonia by M Comics, Denmark by Shadow Zone Media, in the Netherlands by Sylvester, in Poland by Egmont Polska, in Spain by Aleta Ediciones, in Sweden by Edis Media, in Turkey by Rodeo and Haas Comics, and in Greece by Mammoth Comics. The series is the second most widely sold comic book in Italy after the Tech series, another publication by Sergio Bonelli Editore, selling over 120,000 copies each month. The film Cemetery Man from 1994, which starred Rupert Everett, was loosely based on the comics, while there was a direct film adaptation, Dylan Dog: Dead of Night, starring Brandon Routh, released in 2011. I think that's like the second biggest film role Brandon Routh has had after playing Superman, of course, in Superman Returns, 2006. Runaway and Hollywood Monsters. They are not Windows 95? Or you mean they're not Windows 3, so we can't play them? Hollywood Monsters. Those might not even be on Moby Games. Let's see. Oh no, there it is. Okay, yeah, so that was for Windows 9. 9.x. Yeah, released in 97. Was that another Simulmondo? Looks like it was developed by Pendulo Studios. Yes, that is okay, right. Okay, cool. So the character and the comic book was created by Tiziano Sclavi, a comics and novel writer, while the graphic representation of the character was elaborated mainly by Claudio Villa, who was its first cover artist too, taking the inspiration from the English actor Rupert Everett, as he saw in the movie Another Country. Huh, that's interesting. And then Rupert Everett, of course, later sort of played the character based on Dylan Dog, so it came full circle. Character was named for poet Dylan Thomas. The series debuted in October 1986 with a comic book entitled L'Alba dei Morti Viventi, Dawn of the Living Dead, plotted and scripted by Sclavi and illustrated by Angelo Stano. Proved to be a huge publishing success in the years to come. May 2003 saw the publication of issue 200. In August 2011, the series reached the number 300. I don't know what they're up to now. Yeah, but now the comic book is more than 30 years old now. I guess going strong. Igor something. It's actually an interesting point there. Where is it? So I actually have a list on the document. There's a tab called Not Playing, and there's a whole list of games here for which a lot of these are text adventures, but a lot of these graphic ones too. That these are all DOS adventure games. They're just not in. Most of them, at least, are not in English, and therefore it'd be difficult for me to stream them. But yeah, there's a ton of German games here. Yeah, Spanish, Italian. Even some Korean and Japanese games, French, Russian, Czech, Polish games. If any of you guys know these games, if it turns out any of these, there are any English versions of any of these, yeah, definitely let me know. And we can certainly move these to the master list as eligible titles. Look, here's a game even in Esperanto. Swedish. Dutch. Portuguese. See any other one? Slovak. Hungarian. Hebrew. Yeah, so all over the place. Turkish even? Look at that. Turkish game. Detective Storm. So anyway. Yeah, definitely a bunch of Spanish games in here. Don Quixote. Especially text adventures. Tons of Spanish text adventures, but I think there are other graphic games as well. Alright, so let's take a look at the manual here for Dylan Dog. Oh yeah? Oh, that's neat, Shikai. Now, if there are any like Spanish games for kids, so that they're not too text heavy, I might be able to play those because I do, I know some Spanish, so I could probably handle a kids game. If it's a Spanish text adventure, then no, I definitely cannot handle that, but I might be able to handle a Spanish graphic adventure. All right, so we have a few pages of story, and then, of course, the more just about the controls and how to play the game. Ismuth, North Yemen, June 1952. Well, if you ever do find them, Shikai, let me know. Definitely let me know. In the dead of night, a violent storm rages among the desert sand dunes. In the distance, amidst the flashes of lightning, half-buried ruins of an ancient city may be glimpsed. An English expedition has set up its base camp in a clearing among the ruins. The tents, scaffolding, and jeeps all seem abandoned. As a matter of fact, the camp is deserted. Faint light may be seen filtering through the entrance of one of the bigger tents, which has been set up in a dip in the ground. There are 3 men inside the tent setting plans for the exploration of a recently found dig. Halogenous lamps hanging from the ceiling shed a faint light inside the tent. Reflectors have been set up around a hole in the ground into which a staircase disappears into the dark within a few meters of the entrance. The men, all of whom are in their middle 30s, are conversing around the opening in the ground. Nemian Kroom is quite decidedly getting some equipment together, while Subam and Jeffrey Folks, seemingly quite perplexed, watch him. Folks: "My God, do we really have to go down there tonight?" Subam: "Ha ha ha, to tell you the truth, I don't like any of this myself, but you know how Kroom is. It's impossible to make him come to reason when he's decided on something." Kroom: "Well then, let's get moving, shall we?" Folks: "If anything should happen to us, we're alone here at camp." Kroom: "Go tell it to those lazy Arabs who make up any excuse whatsoever so as not to work. I'm racist. I'll see to it that they only get half pay." Subam: "The legend of the crazy Arab in the nameless city is the most frightening story imaginable. I don't blame them if they're scared." Kroom: "Silly superstitions born of the minds of undernourished illiterates. I believe only in the facts, such as the bas-relief found during the Oxford expedition." Subam: "That bas-relief tells the story of a legend and nothing else." "There is something else, however. That story, in contrast to the fantastic stories of our Arab friends, is based on something. The nameless city." "You haven't yet managed to convince anyone of this theory of yours. If it hadn't been for Subam and myself, you never would have gotten the funding for this expedition." "But the two of you are here now. Your minds are not addled like those of the mummies sitting on the board. Nor are they as weak as those of the obtuse Arabs who are always chasing after false myths." "The workers talked about strange beings who come out at night and move about the ruins. None of the workers wants to stay on after sundown. This is the reason why they set up camp so far from here." "And what of the animals?" "We also saw how nervous they were around the ruins. We had to move their enclosure to another camp in order to avoid mishaps." "So what? Nothing's happened to us and the sun has long since set. We shall go down there and do what we set out to do." "But why must we do it at night? Why not tomorrow morning?" "Night or day, it's always pitch black down there. If you want to pull out, go ahead. But I don't intend to share anything, and especially not the credit of a great discovery, with two good-for-nothing frightened hangers-on." "Now you listen to me. I'm ready to go." "Well, all right then. Okay, let's go." The three men, with Kroom leading the way, start their descent through a corridor which leads to a narrow underground tunnel. Electric torches lighting the walls reveal writings, the meaning of which is unknown to the scholars. "Never seen anything like it, have you?" asks Kroom, barely hiding a note of sarcasm in his voice. "I discovered it this very morning. Unfortunately, I didn't get very far." "There is a well at a certain point," he adds. No one speaks while the dancing of sinister shadows on the decorated walls accompanies the men's descent. After a few minutes of walking, the tunnel ends in front of a wall laden with symbols at whose center a narrow trapezoidal-shaped entrance opens into a hexagonal-shaped low-ceilinged room. A round well is found in the center of the room. The three slowly approach the opening of the well and use the torches to look inside it to try to determine its depth. Kroom, who is now obviously quite excited, says, "This is it! This is the place!" He ties the end of a rope around his waist and adds, "I'll go in first and signal when I get to the bottom. Then it'll be your turn to follow." "Be careful and good luck!" exclaims Subam, while Folks, having safely secured the other end of the rope to a rock spur, moves closer to the well's opening. Kroom answers back with a strange sort of smile, one almost of scorn for his two colleagues. He then drops himself into the well while the shadows close in around the faint aura coming from his flashlight. After several interminable minutes, Kroom's voice, inviting his companions to follow, emerges from the dark opening. Using the same rope, the two men lower themselves down until they get to an imposing room. A dense darkness makes it difficult for them to immediately figure the exact size of the room and to understand its singular architectural design. The large, circular room is surrounded by concentric rings of tall monoliths whose summit cannot be seen in the torchlight. The floor, made up of irregular blocks of stone set within the other, is strewn with mummified cadavers. The macabre discovery is repulsive to Folks and Subam, but not to Kroom. He is visibly quite taken in by it all, stating, "This is the greatest discovery of all time, I assure you." The three continue exploring the place to discover a ramp at the back of the room. 2 rows of parallel steps lead to the summit, where a faint glimmer illuminates a great stone atop a golden pedestal. Moving quickly, Kroom approaches the pedestal, engraved with indecipherable symbols, and enraptured admires the glow coming from the shining prism. The prism is an oval-shaped, faceted crystal, about 20 centimeters in diameter and about 30 centimeters tall, emitting a disquieting luminescence from within. Behind the pedestal, and at Kroom's back, the mummified remains of the priestly king Conodosor lie on a finely engraved throne. With his eyes wide open and reflecting the light from the prism, Kroom exclaims, "Look! Look! What did I tell you? It's true, all of it! You both saw the Babylonian bas-reliefs too! The legends about shining Ulthar of the walls girded in gold and of the great Aiv are not just myth." Folks, numbed by this discovery, stutters, No, it can't be." In a crescendo of delirium, Kroom continues, "It's the fantastic truth of a new era that is opening up before your incredulous eyes. This prism is the tangible proof. As you know, the legend narrates that the prism is an immeasurable source of power that only a few elect will own. There is something more I have not told you. No mortal can ever control this power. Only a god may." Hey, Goody. No, unfortunately there's not a comic, but there is a story. Well, obviously there are many Dylan Dog comics, of course, but I don't know if there's a... What we don't know is whether the game is based on a specific issue of the comic book series or not. But as far as we can tell, the manual does not include, unfortunately, a comic, which kind of sucks. Maybe it did, though, but I wasn't able to find it. While Kroom faces his companions and speaks, his image seems to dissolve into the grimacing mummy on the throne behind him. From the bottom of the ramp, Folks exclaims, "What in God's name are you raving about?" Subam exclaims, "He's gone mad." Then Kroom answers, "You still haven't understood? The power of the great ancients has led me here. The supreme mysterious one has chosen me. I too am a god now. Ha 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 ha." While his insane laughter echoes off the ageless stones, Kroom seizes the prism with both his hands and takes it from the pedestal. Having understood his intentions, Subam yells, "Don't touch it! It could be a hidden device." But before Subam finishes his sentence, a sharp, metallic sound confirms his fears, and the sound of a muted rumble exploding from below ground fills the room. Folks turns to Subam and asks, "What in is happening?" That lunatic set something off, a device. Now we better get out of here, and fast." Kroom raises the prism above his head, and his face, transfigured into a mask of delirium, screams, "Look, this is the power." His words hang in the space enclosed by the ancient building for a few seconds. Then a terrible earthquake explodes below. A few pillars crumble to the ground. Others turn into columns of dust and sand. Stones and sand fall from above. A great fissure opens in the floor, separating the two men from the ramp and from their companion. Kroom, oblivious to the danger around him, holds the mysterious prism as it glows intensely brighter and recites some incomprehensible dirge. Ispulat hothorthoskoi sogoruru yuz ostororothui. Subam looks at Folks, saying, "We must get out of here before it's too late." Folks, still trying to save Kroom, yells, "Kroom, you damned idiot! Come away from there!" But Kroom, now completely delirious, continues to recite unknown words. Osoekotaru, osuimiz osoekuyu ispulat, ulu ayudulu goi sogoruru. Folks turns to Subam and says, "He's gone stark raving mad. We must do something." An incredible voice almost covers the sound of their voices as Subam answers, "There isn't time. Everything is about to crumble." Having given up on trying to save Kroom, Folks and Subam head down a dark corridor amidst its crumbling pillars. Kroom, having realized their attempt to escape, yells, "Do not run away! I order you to come back! Damned you! I will find you and I will make you pay! Do you hear? You shall pay!" Exhausted, Kroom falls to his knees before the pedestal and continues speaking. "How could you abandon the greatest discovery of all time? You cannot go." Holding the prism close to him in order to shelter it from the imminent collapse of the building, he utters his last words. "You cannot leave me here alone." A river of sand and rubble falls onto him from above, burying him. In the meantime, Kroom's two companions have retraced their steps and have finally arrived at the exit. They escape out of the tent, opening into a violent downpour. Worn out and breathing hard, they turn to face the tent just as a blinding flash of lightning strikes it and burns it to the ground. Subam's face is full of fear, as is Folks's. His wet hair blows in the wind, and wide-eyed with terror, he opens his mouth to scream, emitting no sound. Darkness surrounds the memories of that night, and the sound of thunder brings Lord Folks's mind back to the present. He is in his London home. London, 16th of June, 1992. Folks, seated in an armchair in the living room of his villa, is reading a very old book while a storm rages outside. He stops reading for a second to reflect. Thunder, just like that night. I shall never be free of the past. Its ghosts continue to come back to haunt me. I have tried in vain for all these years to forget. Yeah, so remember the events in the tomb happened in 1952, so this is 40 years later. So he's an old man now, in his 70s. The book, resting on Folks's knees, is an old Arab manuscript. Its pages are full of Kabbalistic and astrological symbols. It is an authentic copy of the infamous Necronomicon, and it is open on a drawing of the monstrous city of Riyadh as it rises out of the waters. In the very same moment, Dylan Dog is having a nightmare during a terrible storm. An ancient cyclopic city made of dark blocks of stone and monoliths of irregular shapes rises out of the sea. Everything is covered in incrustations and dripping muck. Strange, incomprehensible hieroglyphics are sculpted vertically on the walls and pillars. Lightning flashes and thunder explodes among the gigantic stones, while an impetuous wind drags a rhythmic and prolonged drum roll along with it. Out of unfathomable depths beyond the stone walls, someone or something is mumbling these words. In the dead city of Riyadh, Cthulhu awaits dreaming. Dylan moves about in his sleep, rambling. Abdui, the crazy Arab, sings in the desert wind, the call of insane drums. The city, The sea! Ria! No! 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 Dylan wakes up drenched in sweat, screaming. He sits up on the bed and tries to remember what shook him up so. A nightmare, the storm, the distant sound of drums, the submerged city. Everything was so vivid, as if it were real. What a dream. Right, just a bad dream. Dylan then falls back asleep. So there's your opening story. Hey, Sub. Oh, yeah, so it is based on Lovecraft, so I guess there was no Lovecraftian. It is weird, then, if there was no Lovecraft in the actual comic books, like any of them. That's interesting. This was just a standalone story with Dylan Dog, the character of Dylan Dog thrust into this sort of Lovecraftian situation. Alright, so we have some options here. To choose the language, click with the left mouse button on the flag corresponding to the desired language. Yeah, so the game comes in both, of course, Italian and English. Protection codes. Search on the security check table for the row of icons with the first two icons equal to those displayed on the screen. Complete the 2 remaining squares with the missing icons. So yeah, this is like the security. Here, by the way, are some of the security codes, or protection codes. The copyright protection, I guess. Use the mouse on the up-down arrows to change the icon in the square. Right-left to select the desired square. Once the 2 missing icons have been chosen, move the mouse on the OK icon. Press the left mouse button. Possible combinations. General rule. Right button to select, left button to confirm. To examine objects or icons, move the mouse cursor to the object icon, press the left mouse button. To use an object, push the right mouse button twice, and then the left button once. Wow, that's weird. So you have to double click right and then click left? Huh, so weird. Selecting is different than examining. To use an object on another one, select the first object with the right mouse button. Select the second object with the right mouse button. Confirm the operation clicking with the left mouse button on... Oh god, this is going to take some getting used to. We'll have to refer back to this, inevitably. To ask a character about an object or another character, or to make a character interact with an object. Right? Okay. Right, left. Every time you find yourself in a new place, examine carefully every object you can see. And if the description that appears at the top of the screen makes you curious, try to use that object following the aforementioned procedure. Okay. The icons. The bottom of the screen is occupied by icons. These are symbols which can represent characters, objects, or concepts. At the beginning of the game, there are only 3 icons on the screen, and they all represent characters: Dylan Dog, Groucho, and Inspector Block. As the game proceeds and you get a hold of more objects or informations about people and objects, new icons will be added to those you already have. Icons will be used to ask questions of the characters you will meet or to do the actions necessary to reach the solution of the game. Examining an object. To examine an object, you will need to move the mouse cursor to the object you're interested in and then press the left mouse button once. A description of the object will appear at the top of the screen. It's obviously possible to examine both the elements of the graphic window and those represented through icons. They can be characters, objects, or concepts. Hey, Tino. Oh yeah, you like that background? I think it's from the game. And Tino, of course, let me know when you find a replacement on the master list for the crystal. Another one of the non-adventure casualties of the last week. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. At least whatever replacement will retain its position, so you won't have to start from the bottom of the list. Or the bottom of the queue, I should say. Alright, interacting with one or more objects. Apart from examining objects, it is also possible to use them. To do this, you must place the mouse cursor on the object you want to use, or in its icon, press the right mouse button twice. Didn't they already sort of cover this? The cursor's shape will change to help you remember how many times you've already pressed the right button. And then the left mouse button to confirm your decision. It is important that the cursor stays on the object during this operation. For example, let's suppose you want to open a drawer. You will need to place the cursor on the drawer, push the right mouse button until the cursor will have the 2 symbol next to it, and then press the left mouse button. This seems overly complicated, maybe unnecessarily. If the drawer is not locked, it will open. It is also possible to make an object interact with another one. Let's suppose the drawer is locked. In this case, we will want to use a key on the drawer. To do this, you will need to place the cursor on the key and press the right mouse button. Then move the cursor on the drawer and press the right button once again. At this point, the cursor should have the 2 symbol next to it. And finally, the left button to confirm. In the same way, it's possible to ask to someone who owns the key present in the same room to open the drawer for you using the combination drawer person. Interesting. Talking to a character. After an automatic introduction, it's possible to ask several questions to the characters we will meet in this game. This is done by clicking twice on the object icon we're interested in with the right mouse button, then moving the cursor on the icon of the character and pushing the left mouse button. In some cases, it will be possible to ask the same question to a character after a period of time to obtain further informations. You can accelerate the dialogues by clicking with the left mouse button during a conversation. So yeah, it definitely seems like a right twice, left once kind of convention. Traveling. This can be done selecting with the right mouse button the street address you want to go to. They're listed on the bottom right part of the screen, and confirming this choice with the left button. The street addresses will be added as soon as you discover new locations in the game. But the computer will select every time the places you can go to. For example, you can't go to the office after the closing hour. Alright, so we'll be able to unlock new locations, apparently. The author. If the player doesn't manage to obtain a minimum number of informations in a limited period of time, the author of the comic book you're playing will appear and will bring you back in time of some hours, or 1 or more days, in some cases, to allow you to get the missing informations. Oh, so apparently it might be real time, but it's not a game over. You're just forced to play at an earlier point. Interesting. So I guess that avoids like a Walking Dead situation. Load/save. The game can be saved. To do this, you'll have to go to Dylan Dog's office and open the first drawer on the right of the desk. A notepad will appear with the options Load, Save, Cancel. Select Save with the left mouse button. A list of save game positions on which you can save your current game will appear. For example, select Game 1. To load the saved position, the procedure is similar, but you will need to select Load on the notepad. Cancel must be used in case you didn't mean to open that drawer and you want to go back to the game. Apparently, yes, Malabards, there is time traveling. Alright, so that's basically the manual. So we'll open it up back to buys again, and then also it'll be last call for time and death guesses as well. The last call to submit those before we get the game underway. Okay, we will now no longer accepting responses. All right, did we have any double entries? Yes, we did. 2 from Akai, 2 from Bilbo, 2 from Classy Fellow. Two from Nico. Okay. Theme Park Mystery. Okay, Tino. Do that in a second. Alright, deaths. Okay, cool. Can't vouch for quality. Run out of nostalgia picks. Oh, you played the demo and couldn't get past the first screen. Okay, cool. Alright, let's take a look at that. Well, first, I guess we can add it to our list. 1990 action game. Yeah, we better get to it soon before maybe someone submits that argues it's not an adventure game. Gonna replace it there. Oh, actually, while we're here, we should also let me just replace these. This. What other games did we lose? Homie. And Robinson's Ruckling were replaced already. Okay, I think that's good. Walking and talking. Alright, Theme Park Mystery. Yeah, so yeah, 1990. A strange adventure game set in the mysterious world of gypsies, magic, and supernatural powers where nothing is quite what it seems. Your routine life is disrupted forever when you use a discarded token in the fortune-telling machine. Use the tokens to get a ticket from the Zoltan Wizard fortune-telling machine at the train station to journey through the 4 worlds of Dragonland, Dreamland, Futureland, and Yesterdayland. Find out what drove the fun seekers away and your uncle insane. Hunt for hidden keys, fiery torches, and supernatural powers to help you avenge your uncle's death. Terror awaits. This could be your lucky day. Look inside. You could be the instant winner of your very own theme park. Oh, look at this. Published by Konami. I don't think they did very many published very many DOS games, did they? No worries, but do you know we gotta play everything? Hey, Avatar. Yes, Yesterdayland and Tomorrowland. All right, let's see if we can find a any sort of yes, we can. I don't think we're gonna find a trailer for it, but yeah. Well, there's at least some Amiga footage of it. At least check that out.
lighting software. I think they mean cursive software, right? That would make more sense. So let's start.
You just watched like a minute of this. Yeah, it said there was arcade elements.
This game uses the joystick, the mouse, and the keyboard. Spacebar switches between a pointer interface where you've got this very old-timey kind of GUI, and our initial hint is a token gesture may improve your fortunes, which goes into the world's worst inventory system, which works like that. No way to go backwards, you just cycle through. On the joystick we have character movement, and it's just the screen for now, but lets us walk off the sides interestingly enough, and it seems to accumulate the amount of distance you travel, so who knows what they've got on hidden off there. We have our 3 coin-op machines. We have a fortune-telling machine that has a coin left in it, so we'll just keep that for both. So let me just get out and deal to this guy. I believe that red meter at the right is how much torch flame I have, and the yellow meter is health.
Yeah, so there's definitely some like
Duck down and kill you.
looks like some form of like platforming elements to it as well. Cool, thank you, Gino, for the replacement pick. Sorry again about the crystal. So Theme Park Mystery is now on the list there at V41. Actually, I could probably go ahead and grab the box art now too. Last call for buys, by the way, and then we'll take a look at the time and death guesses. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's Theme Park Mystery, taking the place of the crystal. Oh, Tino! 9 months! Thank you so much, Tino! For the resub! Appreciate it, Tino.
R.I.P. Francis Drake, Space Pirate.
We will remember him in our hearts, always. Oh, what could have been, especially with that box art. Thank you, Tito. Archive 3 for Flight of the Amazon Queen. I have Lord of the Tempest, Cursors, and Batman up to V7. And Nox 3 for Blue Force. Out of this just got promoted by Nox yesterday after Escape from Monkey Island. So moved ahead 25 slots, but now moving ahead 3 more ahead of Mario's Time Machine, Alien Incident, Cruise for Corpse up to V28. Okay. So let's take a look at the time and death guesses here. Basshole, maybe base. Thanks very much for the follow. Welcome to the Das Adventure Quest. Alright, so here's the, if you look below, the amount of Cedrics you stand to win depending on how close your time guess is. Big Red, the low time guess at 2 hours 34 minutes. Kira, the first over 3 hours. Mike 5. Mantis 6. Nox 9. Myria 10. Bill 12. Bunch of people in the 12-hour range. Boss 13. Lester 15. Bigger 21. Hoffman 32 hours and 45 minutes. Hoffman has the high time guess. And then we have our death guesses. A bunch of folks say no deaths, led by Kira. Jump up to Lester, 10 deaths. Myriad 20. Mantis 40, and Dibble the high death guess with 56. Yeah, I'm guessing not too many people have played this game, so it'll be kind of neat to discover together, I think. Especially after we just played Escape from Monkey Island, which most of you had either played or seen played before. Alright, so let's turn off our buys. Alright, let's see here. Dylan Dog. Okay. Yeah, the game has two. The game is like divided into two parts, so it's like two different executables. Italiano or English? We'll have to go with English. But for the Italiano version, make sure you check out Cody's stream. Click left mouse button for intro or right mouse button for skip. We'll do intro. London, June 15th, 1992. Time, 11:50 p.m. Death does not last eternally. Mysterious eons can cause death to die. A clap of thunder, just like that damned night. So one shall never be free of the ghosts of the past. I have sought to forget for all this time, but the ghosts return. They always come back. It's late. Pretty great music too. That FPS. Many years have passed since then. I thought I was free of that dream, that the nightmare was finally over. But the memory haunts me still. I'm tired of fighting. I'm merely a poor old man who wants to rest in peace. This is the truth. It's still raining. It's late. I would be better to go to bed. Perchance to dream. Look behind you, sir. Is that from a mirror? Dylan Dog, Through the Looking Glass, produced by Simulmondo and Mario Savoia. Dylan Dog, copyright Sergio Bonelli, Ed, SPA. Rated by Tiziano Sclavi. Copyright Simulmondo 1992-93. Ooh, Duriel. Alright, how do we get this underway? So yeah, I guess that thing, was it the Grim Reaper who came out of a mirror? Although that's not Jeffrey Folks, who was the old man that we saw. But it looked like he was that demon was coming out of a mirror and not a window. I think it was. Not sure. Alright, how do we... Oh, here we go. We have our credits. I guess the PC port was done by Natale Fietta. -3 points. Gabo, thanks very much for the host. Morning, Gabo. Alright, here's our security check. Turn to the next to last page in the booklet and look for the set of icons in which the first two, from left to right, match the ones on screen. Use the mouse to modify the remaining two icons so that they match the ones in the booklet. Once you are certain that all 4 icons match, select OK. You have 3 chances. Alright, so we're looking for like wavy lines and a ball. Okay, so it looks like 2 lightning bolts from what I see. It's like the first set on the left, second from the bottom. I guess we'll do 2 lightning bolts. Oh. Okay. Yep, that was right. London, June 16th, 1992. Morning, boss. Did you sleep well? What's up? Another one of your quips? Tell me, anything new? Anything new? Ew, why do you always want me to say something ridiculous, boss? Groucho! Hey boss, did you hear the one about the werewolf who hated the moon so that when it was full he'd go animal over it? The mail, please! Here we are! Don't get angry, the newspaper is here too! Yeah, so why is Groucho Marx in this game? Was he a character in the comic book? Alright, is the music a little loud? It might be a little loud. Oh, it's his sidekick? Wingman, yes. So did they get the rights though? That's a real person. Did they get the rights to use him? Alright, so I think they said what it was like right twice. Oh yeah, there we go. And then publicity, publicity, publicity. Nothing interesting. Besides the publicity, the next games of Simulmondo, based on the adventures of Diabolique. Not bad, I'll remember it. In-game advertisement is the first thing. Oh, is it? Another comic, nice, yep. Yeah, that's probably a joke that was lost in translation is my guess. There's probably a good pun there in Italian, I would think. On the front page, there's an article about Lord Fawkes' death. Seems a very bloody and tangled case. Oh, okay, so in the intro we saw Lord Fawkes did die. Some more news to arouse your curiosity. The Fenaraya volcano, extinct for a very long time, is now active again. The Fenaraya case is just the last regarding the abnormal activity involving several volcanoes all over the Earth. Abnormal activity. The volcanologists are unable to explain this strange phenomenon. Beastly shame at the zoo. Fenaraya erupting. Murder in the night. Famous anthropologist killed. News Digest. Keith is in the hospital. The bank's clients pay double. La Cua split. Conductor dies. He was a Groucho Marx impersonator whose character became his permanent personality. Wow. Oh, so I think we learned about Fawkes there. I guess we'll give out is this day one? I'm assuming this is day one, even though that we didn't get an announcement that it was day one. Alright, so these are the locations. There's a newspaper in our mail. How do we... Dylan Dog, investigator of nightmares. Groucho, Dylan Dog's assistant. Block, inspector from Scotland Yard, friend of Dylan Dog. Lord Geoffrey Fawkes, archaeologist, professor of anthropology, and scholar of the occult. So wait, if we wanted to talk to him... wait. What if we go like this? What shall I do with the adverts? Shall I call Simulmondo to get more info about their new games? Yes, Groucho, yes you should. That's really a good idea. Astonishing. It's yours. Nice. Hey, Teasel. Yeah, Goaty. Yeah, this is Goaty's pick. Dylan, dog? It's not Dylan, it's Dylan? Have you read today's paper, Groucho? You know, boss, that I only read the humorous pages like the internal politics. Okay, that's enough. Oh, so it's Dylan? 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 Yeah, in the US you would say Dylan. Oh, Ugh. A scream! Groucho, the door! I'm off! Crash! One of these days I'll fire him before he causes me more trouble. We visitors, boss. Unfortunately, I can't go, but don't worry, everything's under control. Wait, you can't go get the door? Soon he'll ask for me to call the fire department. Oh, okay, I didn't get the emote. Got it. Hurry, boss, call the fire department. Don't worry, he's always like this at the start, and later he gets worse. Wait, so is this the visitor? I don't understand what happened. There was a scream and a crash. Morning, if you're looking for me, you found me. My name is Dog. Dylan Dog. And I'm Sarah Folks. I'd like you to hire you to investigate my Uncle Jeffrey's death. I heard about his death, Miss Folks. But before taking the case, you need to know a few things about me. I wear red shirts. The papers call me a charlatan and a cheat. Well, are you? Could be. But that'll be for you to decide. My fee is £50 a day, plus expenses. Agreed? Agreed. It's actually not that much money. One more thing. I work by first eliminating all plausible hypotheses. What's left is my business. Or rather, my nightmare. Okay, down to business. Sarah? May I call you Sarah? Yes, sure. Oh wow, okay, so we got Sarah now. Sarah Folks, Lord Folks' niece and student of psychology. I guess are we giving out? I guess we'll give out Cedrics for each people, but not the items. I don't know how we're gonna do this. All right, so should we ask her about this thing, the newspaper? I read in the paper that you found the body. Yes, it was terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't want. It doesn't matter. It's just that I need some time to forget. I like how that's her expression. Yeah, they probably are looser, even though it's like, I guess, yeah, it's an American citizen. Interesting. We can't ask her about the the advertisements from Simulmondo. All right, well, let's ask her about her dad. Tell me about... Oh, it's her uncle. Tell me about your uncle, Sarah. He was fantastic. I loved him very much. He was always calm and helpful. He had a heart of gold. Had you noticed anything strange of late? Like a change in his habits or something? His research was keeping him quite busy. He'd spend whole days and sometimes nights in his study when he wasn't in the library. He always had a book, a heavy worn volume that he guarded with jealousy. He'd lock it up in the safe every evening. A book in the safe, eh? Okay. My uncle had always been an eccentric, but his behavior had grown even stranger lately. He'd started locking everything up at 11 p.m. sharp every night without explanation. Saying he's eccentric seems euphemistic. Tell me about the book. I'm not sure what it was all about. I asked him what was so important about the book one day. He wouldn't tell me, but he made me promise that if anything ever happened to him, to destroy it. And did you destroy it? Did you? After my uncle's death, I didn't think of it. When I finally started looking for it, I couldn't find it. It appears to have disappeared. As if it had never existed. Okay, so find Folks' missing book. Investigate Folks' murder. We have to find the missing book. Folks locked up everything at 11 p.m., right? Okay. There was something before this, too. Alright, oh, we did unlock the book, so I guess we'll give it a Cedric for that. Okay. Is the inspector here? I guess not. Should we ask, let's ask about Folks to Groucho. Or the inspector to... Do you know Inspector Block of Scotland Yard? Inspector Block is an old friend of mine and does his work well. I think he suspects me. Don't worry. The police always suspect everybody. It's their work. You can trust Block. He knows what he's doing. Okay then, I'll be waiting for you at the mansion tomorrow. 13 Jason Road. A number with promise. See you tomorrow, Sarah. My 5.5 sense tells me there's something odd about this whole affair. Maybe something will turn up at the villa. Okay, Dylan accepts the challenge. Let's hope for the best with my gray nail polish. Okay, so 13 Jason Road is the Folks mansion. Is that a new address that we unlocked? Wait a minute, we actually seem to have lost an address. The heck? Didn't we used to have 2 things here? Okay, so right now we're at 7 Craven Road, I guess. Maybe actually I probably shouldn't capitalize this. So our office, I guess, is 7 Craven Road. Okay. Welcome, Jack. Hey, Captain. They didn't make him blink once. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so let's see what we have here. They said we could save it. This is the drawer where you keep your notes. Where's the drawer where I save? As usual, on the desk reigns complete disorder. A normal drawer. In the middle of lots of useless things, you find your jackknife. Oh. Nice, we have a knife. Alright, see if we can save, though. You open your drawer where you keep your notes. Yes, now we can save. Save game 1. Save complete. Oh, wow. So they don't even let you give file names here for these save game slots. So we're going to have to remember. I mean, we'll have to do a log of where each of the saves are happening. I guess we'll just call this start. In office. It's the model of the Carrick Henry Grace of God, a large merchant sailing vessel of the, the 14th century? Yeah. Can we take it, or? Would you like to continue to work on a galleon? But something within you says that this is not the moment. Buongiorno, Brarka. Yes, glad to see you here. Oh, good, you're not 7 years behind. That's good to know. All right, let's quickly consult the manual again here, because I do want to see. It's probably not going to display very well. Yeah, yikes. I do want to see what the whole thing was for, just to make sure we have all of the interactions. To examine, we basically left click. To interact, we press right click twice and then left click to confirm. Oh, to use an object. Got it. Okay, so I think it's all right click twice, left click, and then traveling. Confirm the decision. Okay. Yeah, the author. Alright, so what else do we have on the desk? A hand-finished leather pen holder. How to stop smoking without starting. Edition neck sick? What? A short time after? Uh-oh. Yeah, I think this is real time, right? That's not great. Who could it be at this hour? Groucho, the door! Oh, we actually are working on our ship. Where the devil is he? So happy to see you again, my friend. I've got some pretty devastating news to tell you, rather than not. Lord Wells, what a surprise, and the reason for your visit? Yeah, Lord Wells, what's the reason? Forget the pleasantries, my dear friend. I'm going away. Away? But I had to give this to you before I left. Always keep it with you. It's a matter of life and death. We are all of us in danger. I do hope that undefinable person who pretends to be your faithful servant is not around. I still can't figure out how you can keep him with you. I've asked myself the same thing many a time. But I didn't come to speak of this. Rather than not, I imagine you've heard about what's been happening to our planet. Those terrible natural disasters that have struck the entire globe. Volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, earthquakes. So, what about them? My Jupiter, this is only the beginning. Something terrible is about to happen, rather than not. What do you intend to do, Wells? Study the phenomenon, obviously. The appalling catastrophe is about to happen, but I believe the North Pole is safe, rather than not. The North Pole? That's right, old boy. The North Pole. I'm leaving this evening in a Zeppelin of my own invention. I would be thrilled to share the glory of such an exceptional adventure with you. A Zeppelin in 1992? That he invented? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I know. You have a business elsewhere. Mine will be a one-man enterprise without precedent. Rather than not. Yes, rather than not. Okay, what did you give us? The amulet Lord Wells gave you, he said it's a space temporal converter? Oh my god. Alright, so I guess we got one for getting the amulet and one for Lord Wells being here. Can we ask him about this? What's this? My dear friend, it's a space-time converter. Usually it doesn't work at all, and I admit it may appear to be a useless trinket. But under very special circumstances... Are you trying to tell me that this thing can modify space or time? In a way, yes. It works every time a distortion in the continuum known as reality is created. How's that possible? I haven't the foggiest. I discovered it by chance, rather than not. I'll soon have to revise old Albert's theory. There are a few things to set right. Albert? Einstein? That's right. As to the amulet, we could compare it to the device used to automatically close and open doors. A motion sensor? In our case, the door is a portal to another world. Every time certain conditions occur, especially in particular places, passages between dimensions open. The occurrence is usually quite limited and does not last long. However, its being transitory is not always the case. There are places on Earth where it can last a long time, years or even centuries, or maybe forever. One of these places could be the Bermuda Triangle. You're saying the Bermuda Triangle may be a space-time passage? Why not? It's only a theory of mine, but no less crazy than all the other theories about that area of the Atlantic, rather than... What the hell? Alright, what did you know about this book, man? I did read about the eruption of Fenneria. Could it be connected to the facts you were telling me about? I can't know for sure. Tell me rather, did you ever hear talk about the theory of the central fire, rather than not? If I'm not mistaken, it's the one which says that all volcanoes are somehow linked. I thought it was old hat. Wait, so is this a common British expression? Right. Anyway, this theory states you were correct that all of the volcanoes on this planet are linked together, and that they function more or less like valves on a pressure cooker, letting the Earth's inner magma release steam. Oh, excuse me, Earth's inner magma. It was believed to be true for many years, until it was ousted by the theory that volcanoes are independent and exhaustible. And so the theory of separate areas of magmatic activity not linked with the Earth's center was accepted, rather than not. And what's been happening lately is going completely against this theory. Hundreds of volcanoes are erupting everywhere. And at the same time, what could be the reason why? I can't give a scientific explanation, but it seems to me that our planet is reacting to something foreign. It could be compared to what the body does when there is an infection present. It mobilizes its defenses to destroy it. Interesting. An infectious agent. A foreign body. A virus, or it's just a hunch, you say. An alien being. My evil revealer has turned up a very strong evil presence right here in London. Even if the epicenter of these negative waves is at the Bermuda Triangle. Very well, my dear friend. Let's now continue. I'm waiting for the story. So long, or else goodbye. An amulet. Special temporal doors. Earthquakes, and the best for last, the Bermuda Triangle. There's plenty here for the investigator of nightmares. Maybe too much. I wonder why I didn't just stay in bed this morning. But then who would have applied my grey nail polish? Towards the evening. Boss, I heard on the TV that nothing washes whiter than Wave. Just the one that I use. Wave? No, nothing. I had a really bad day, not to mention last night. I dreamt something, a nightmare. Maybe it was just bad cartoons. It was something nefarious, evil. The investigator of nightmares has nightmares? I've told you 1,000 times not to work at night. Doing overtime gets to you, and then you do it for nothing. How will we ever become rich and famous, eh, boss? Quit calling me boss or you're fired. Boss, 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 boss. You're fired. Good, I'll finally get severance pay and my back salaries. Okay, you're hired. He just leaves. Alright, why don't we save this? Oh my god. Okay. Save complete. Alright, so 2 will be Office Post Wells. Alright, so can we ask this to you? Boss, is the amulet of Wells worth something, or has it only sentimental value? Neither one or the other, why? Because we could pawn it to go and eat a pizza! Even when you try to say a sensible thing, only howlers come out of your mouth. No, I haven't even eaten one, I swear! Sort of, Teasel. I have the text of the manual, and then also I do have the manual, the section of the manual that has the story we had. But the rest, we didn't. Oh, okay, he doesn't care about that. Huh. So what is 34 Victoria Road? I'm guessing is probably the police station. Anyway, is there any way we missed him? Documented poltergeist phenomena. Turn off the lights. Obviously, it is used to turn the light on and off. Doesn't work. The bulb is burned out. As usual, yeah, okay. A coffee cup, dirty. A hand-finished leather pen holder. So how do we, like, grab this stuff? I don't think we can. A drawer like so many others. A glance inside the drawer convinces you that you have to clean it. Groucho has the mania to close everything by key. Oh, dude, Groucho, give us the key, man. Hey, Valors, thank you. Appreciate it. You too. Foundation and Empire of Isaac Asimov. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the, yeah. We saw, here you can see the copy protection codes and such. Sometimes They Come Back by Stephen King. 20 Tales of Horror. Tables of Human Anatomy. Oh wow, each book is individual. Dossier of the Cases Solved by Scotland Yard in 1988. 1989. 1990. The Complete Works of H.P. Lovecraft. Edgar Allan Poe's Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Rudyard Kipling's Mysterious Stories. A collection of articles from the Times from 1986 to 1991. A Guide to Tarots. A Speed Course for Illusionists. Michael Crichton's Congo. The Man in the High Castle by Philip K. Dick. In the bookcase, there are several books including volumes of magic and occultism. And a book on occult practices of the Middle Ages. First Foundation of Isaac Asimov. Foundation and Empire of Isaac Asimov. Second Foundation of Isaac Asimov. Right? Stephen King. Okay. About these books. Documented poltergeist phenomena. Tele-Chinese in Theory and Practice. A treatise on ancient esoteric practices in southwestern Malaysia. Of Death of Life by Tiziano Sclavi. Comunia edition. Okay, right, so he's the author of the comic book. A swivel chair looks very comfortable. So this is interesting. So this is a combination of inventory plus objects we've learned about, but there's no distinction between them, which is weird. Okay. Tomorrow morning, I'll see Sarah. At least if nothing turns up at the villa, I'll have spent a little time with her. London, June 7th. Oh, wow. So we're on day... well, we're on day 2 already? We probably missed some stuff. Boss, do you know what the worst is that can happen to a Cyclop? To have a squint. Anyone call? No, anyone didn't call today. He's going through an identity crisis. Okay, then get lost. Boss, you know I could never do that. I never leave home without a map. Oh, whoops, missed it. Okay, I'll go out marching. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so maybe we should actually leave now and try to get to one of these locations. 7 Craven Road, where we are. A few hours later. Don't tell me we just went back to the office.
My 5.5 sense tells me there's something odd about this whole affair. Maybe something will turn up at the villa. Okay, Dealin accepts the challenge. Let's hope for the best.
Aw, damn it. We just wasted a few hours. Alright, so that is the thing. Alright, so let's go to the scene of the crime, 13 Jason Road. Villa Folks is 13 Jason Road, West End, the morning of June 17th. Hello, Sarah. Finally, you're here. I'd like to have a look around. Sure, go ahead. My uncle loved being surrounded by many things. Originals. He was a bit eccentric in this. Are you hinting at something? Well, you don't do badly yourself. Holloway looks like a small chamber of horrors, full of all kinds of monstrous objects. Not to mention that... That what? That what? Your assistant! That absurd man! What's his name? Groucho? That's it! That being is incredible! I do hope he's not here with you. I haven't yet recovered from our last encounter. He's incredible. I don't know. I know just how you feel. Don't worry, though. I locked him in the house and then took off. How can you stand him? Well, when we met, we knew right off we were meant for each other, but couldn't get along, and so... You are rather childish, if you not totally immature when you act like this. To be immature means to be perfect. All children are perfect because they're mature. Well, we have a heart now? How do we gain a heart? As usual, you mix love and work. Uh-oh, already there's some romance afoot. Oh, we can't ask her that. Okay. Interesting. Let's ask her about the book. Knife? No? Okay, let's look around then. A vase full of sweet-smelling red roses. It's an antique pottery vase. You can see its bottom through the wide opening. Hold on, so could we... Wait. This is annoying how they let the mouse cut off here. Maybe I don't have this at the right resolution. Give the roses to you? No. A sofa in white leather. An armchair in white leather. A pottery plate from the Ivory Coast. An ancient fireplace. There are traces of ash inside. Oh. Searching in the ashes, the remains of a partially burnt letter was discovered. Okay, so we have to give 2 Cedrics, 1 for the heart and 1 for the ashes. What is this? What is it? I found it in the ashes in the fireplace. It seems to be a letter. I don't know. My uncle never threw anything in the fireplace. He kept all his correspondence. Could I see it? I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea of where he kept his letters. Okay, so we gotta find the letters. Hey, welcome, Kropotkin. Hello. Actually, I remember all of the office saves are actually, or all of the saves are in the office. Alright, so we need to find Folks' correspondence. Evidently, Cody, evidently. I'm loving how like some of this is slightly lost in translation, so it makes for interesting reading. Yeah, because it's all translated from Italian. Cody, do you know if is the game real time? Oh, hi Rufus. Just comes right on in. This drawing depicts a young, good-looking woman dressed in a Victorian style. Can we give her a rose? I can't double-click. Yeah, okay. Does she know about Lord Wells?
Do you know if your uncle knew Lord Wells? Oh, I haven't the minimum idea. Is it important? I mean, is it a useful clue for your investigations?
I don't think so, but I don't believe either in coincidences. Yeah, I wonder why Lord Wells was like dressed a century out of date.
What do you mean?
Nothing, I was thinking aloud. Like, Lord Wells was dressed as if he were in the 1890s, not the 1990s. Apart from some books on archaeology, all the other texts in the library are about anthropology and occultism. Okay. A crystal chandelier, the candles are completely consumed. It's a cinerary urn. A really ancient-looking glass from the Middle East. The frame is made out of ebony and gold and decorated with little ivory skulls. I think minimum idea is like I haven't the faintest idea. A really ancient... Oh. Okay. I just remembered I must return home before Groucher tries out his human cannonball routine again. What? Don't interrupt the case for this. What the hell? He's gonna fire himself from a cannon? See you tomorrow, bye! What the hell? Why is this game moving so quickly? In the afternoon. Boss, what's the difference between the living dead and the dying living? I mean, which one is deader or more alive than the other? I don't know. You should. It's fundamental to our work. By the way, did you hear the one about the vampire who drew from a blood bank? I know an inspector from Scotland Yard who'd like that story. Why don't you tell it to him? Last time I tried, he wanted to arrest me for attempted robbery. Too slow. Much too wordy. It absolutely will not do. The protagonist hasn't landed on anything new. Oh, this is the author of the game. Bring it. This part must be rewritten. Wow. So you have like 10 minutes to do anything. Wow. So the real time of this game is real. A few hours later.
My 5.5 sense tells me there's something odd about this whole affair.
Oh wow, so we have to do the whole villa scene again. Okay. Should we try going to... Maybe we should try this time go to 34 Victoria Road? Yeah, this is the police station. I see you're back. What did you expect me to do? Not having anything better to do, I decided to pay my dear old Inspector Block a visit. Were we supposed to go here on day 1, but we ran out of time?
In less than an hour, my chief will be here to ask for my report. If he finds you here, I'm history.
And give him the report, no?
What report? I haven't written a blasted word yet. As soon as I looked at the pictures of folks' corpse, I got sick to my stomach.
May I see them?
Why not? Here, have fun. The anatomy pathologist had a great time. Said it was like doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Great gods! Who could have done such a thing?
Don't ask me. I've got to take a pill or I'll throw up. Excuse me.
Got one for me? Thanks. Huh. Okay. Oh, so we can ask him maybe about stuff. Can you tell me anything that wasn't in the papers?
Well, not too much. His only living relative is his niece. He's willed everything to her, including his collection of Aztec artifacts.
No other heirs?
Quite a large sum was left to the Woldemarian Foundation.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it subsidizes the British Museum Library. Okay. Do you like it?
Yes, lovely. What is it?
An amulet, or something similar.
Would it function against the superintendent's anger?
If you want, I'll lend it to you so you can try.
At this point, I nearly tempted to try.
Okay. Did Lord Folks have enemies?
Doesn't seem so.
Suspects?
Only one, his niece, Sarah Folks.
Well, actually, the only one there. Oh, can I ask him about the suspect? What if you ask him about it again? No, okay, same thing. I think we can click on here. Alright, thank you, sir. We will be taking our leave now. Why can't we go directly to the villa? We have to go to 7 Craven Road first. I don't know. In the afternoon. Yeah, I think we should have probably started or done that on day 1, but... Boss! What's... Oh, right, yeah, we saw this joke. Oops. Now we have to go back again, too. Damn. Alright, so we're not... So basically, don't go to the police station, the Scotland Yard. Yeah, sorry, Basil. It did lose. It lost. Move from the list. Alright, so I guess let's not bother with 34 Victoria. Okay, so Scotland Yard. 34 Victoria Road. Okay, so I guess we have to be quick. So get whatever's in the fireplace. Okay. So actually if we go like this, kind of like interacts with the objects I see. This mirror has really caught your attention. Yeah, that's where he got killed, that demon came from. Looking at it near to, you can see that one of the skulls is slightly different from the others. One of the eye sockets is hexagonal. Maybe there's a piece that has to go there. What if we like use this thing there? On the hexagonal skull. No. Okay. Can we ask her about this mirror? How strange, this frame decorated with skulls. Yes, I find it a bit macabre. I've never liked mirror, and this one in particular. Why? Mirrors reflect a part of us. Sometimes, though, I seem to see something else than just the surface of the glass. Interesting. A picture that shows the cyclopean walls of a city which seem to emerge from the rough sea. A picture of the Quetzalcoatl, the flying snake, god of the air. Okay. Staring at the painting turns the face into that of a skull. You must be overwrought. Can we ask who this is? No. Love and work. Alright, do you know about this knife? Oh no, the knife we got from Wells, right? Okay, can we go here? A collection of Aztec and Inca objects. One of the windows is shattered. Interesting. The doors. So let's try using this thing on. That doesn't work. We need to find the correspondence, right? Apart from the books, yeah. Are there any other like rooms in the house, the mansion that we can visit? Sit down. A little relaxation is just what you need. Sit down to think. Something about this whole matter doesn't quite make sense. A cup in Chinese porcelain from the Yuan period. A teapot in Chinese porcelain. Yuan period. It looks like it has been used recently. Aha. There isn't any tea in the Chinese teapot. Yeah, I guess it's considered more simulation, Bass. Robinson's Reckoning. Oh, you want to re-adventure them, Duro? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happened if Oregon Trail or Carmen San Diego would get the adventure tag. Because I've seen some people argue that. What is this rose here? So we have to find these letters. There's nowhere else to navigate though here. That's weird. You open the urn, but there's still no hint as to its owner. Alright, so we have this weird amulet thing. We have a knife. Did we get the book? Can you show us where the book is? No? See, this is weird. There's no distinction between what's actually in your inventory and what you just know about. I just remembered I must... damn it. So we're gonna die again, kind of. Or not die, but... we're gonna have to restart the section. Interesting. So you have to keep on redoing these things. Well, the weird thing is there's like nowhere else. Maybe there's something in here we didn't do. Actually, we might as well get a save here at the start of day 2. Actually, you know what? Let's do it it makes sense just to probably do them at the start of each day. So we'll do in save game 2. Okay. Exactly, Duriel. That's what I don't understand. Is there any stuff we can like take here? Oh, Hilknader! Thanks very much for the 10 months. Appreciate it, Hilknader. For the resub. I'm going Hilk. Alright, what did it say about the boat? Oh, right, the galleon. Groucho has the mania to close everything by key. Can you get us the key? No. Okay. I guess there's nothing else we can do here then. All right, so let's go to 13 Jason. All right, so we got the ashes. So we have a hexagonal thing, so we need a hexagonal object probably. Talk to her about the ashes. Talk to her about the mirror. Ask her about... maybe we should ask her about the urn. She doesn't know about that. And she didn't know about the painting either, right? The picture. Is the collection of Aztec objects over there? Yes, it's in the room at the end of the corridor. As a child, I used to pass entire days playing there. Hey, Terry. Yeah, so how do we get over there? Can we get over there? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's put the... can we put the ashes in the urn? No. Break the mirror. Alright, so this thing is not going with the skull. So we need to find a hexagonal object or something. Oh, this cup is a bit dirty, actually. There's an 18 there, though. The window is closed and is locked from the inside. It does not appear to be broken. Even the lead glass is in perfect conditions. You need a key to open the glass doors onto the balcony. Oh. Should we ask her for it? No. The windows are very well built and strong, as if Lord Folks feared something. You need a key. Yeah, shit. I don't have that key. Chandelier. Damn. Here, the power of love will break through. So we can't... Yeah, there's like very little to do here. Well, I'm sure there's something we haven't done. But pottery plate. Use it with the tea. Miniature of St. George and the Dragon. Oh, wait, what just happened? Oh, nothing. Nothing happened is what? So how can we not move around? Why can't we go to that area? Alright, we should look at the... May need to look at the manual. I don't know how we're supposed to be... I know how to travel from one location to another, but I don't know at a certain location how to get to other areas. Weird. So we have a hexagonal eye socket, but we don't have an hexagonal object. I found in the paper that you found the body. Wait, oh, I think we saw that before. What is it? Nothing, a present of a friend. It's lovely. Is it antique? I don't think so, but I think it's quite valuable. I just... Ah, fuck. Alright, so we got screwed again. See you tomorrow, bye. Stallone Dead Eyes. He's actually modeled after Rupert Everett, of all people. Alright, so we're gonna have to do this again. Why don't we actually take a break here? Since the time, or the, I need to get like a warmer sweater or something and take a bio break. We'll open up buys. It's only 3 minutes later anyway. Alright, so the good news is like you don't die, but there is a real-time clock going on. Maybe next time we can actually see how long you have before the day ends and you have to restart. The weird thing is we did day one, we basically did nothing, but still it was enough for us to proceed, so that was odd. Oh yeah, it said Rupert Everett, who knows. Alright, so let's pause the timer and I'll be right back in a few minutes. Eyes are on.
You need to help find the deed, or the park is history. Jamie will give you all the help she can.
Maybe you're the one.
There's only one thing. Jamie's got a twin sister who won't be very helpful. You have to find the deed before tomorrow morning, and it's somewhere in the park.
Look, I know this isn't your problem, but at least you can still get into the park.
But once you get inside, you never know who you're gonna meet.
In a case of a prank gone wildly wrong, Skyview Park reported today that an Airstream trailer, the sleeping quarters for the park's magician, was completely demolished by a fire allegedly set by 2 young children. No body was recovered, but the fire department said the heat was so intense that all traces of the body disappeared.
yourself a newspaper man, a professional? Ha! I'm beginning to think that you wouldn't know a great story if it bit you in the ass. That park is a dangerous rat trap which needs to be shut down. We've got to get inside and get the facts. You can do it. Hell, you've known the twins longer than anyone, and they trust you. Now get down there and get that story.
Jamie, how did it come to this? Sisters fighting, lawsuits flying, the town in an uproar, the park shut down. It all seems so sad and futile. Not to mention your dad's passing away.
My dad loved this park more than he loved us. It was always the park, the park. People say that my father was generous. Yeah, to the freaks, the phonies, and the foreigners. This park's coming down. The land will be sold, and we're going to get what we need around here instead of this beat-up old eyesore.
But why did you have to sue your own sister?
I'm suing my sister for one reason. She is a starry-eyed dreamer just like Dad. Some people say I'm greedy. Well, maybe so. But mostly I'm a realist. And I'm going to get what's mine.
My ruling is final. You've got until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to present evidence showing ownership. Otherwise, the park will remain closed and will be sold immediately. We cannot postpone the scheduled demolition any longer. That'll be quite enough. And as for you young ladies, you both are directed to stay out of the park until this matter is resolved. This court is adjourned.
What happened? What happened?
It's not good. We've got tonight to find that paper from my father, or Sand. And they're going to tear the park down. And I'm not supposed to go back until the case is over, so... I know it looks hopeless. Maybe it is. Oh, great. Just who I needed to see right now. You know, you always show up at the worst time. I'm sorry you had to see me this way. I can only keep it up for so long, you know? My dad tried to be strong for everyone, and it killed him. He never wanted to disappoint anyone. And now they expect me to make things right. Look, I know this isn't your problem, but at least you can still get into the park. And they won't trust you at first, but you can play along, you know, lose a few tokens, and that won't be hard, and maybe they'll open up a bit. Now that I think about it, you know, this might just work.
Welcome to Skyview, or what's left of it, and not a moment too soon. Not a very pretty picture, is it? But then, who said life was fair anyway? Jamie's dad, the champ, spent his entire life trying to keep this place for the cause. Then he dies abruptly at the most crucial time in the park's history. Now, it looks like the place is doomed, unless you can help. What else are you doing with your life anyway?
Okay. Wow, I just got some awful news. Here, apparently, those of you may have seen the news about the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh yesterday. Apparently, one of the people that was killed is the mother of my neighbor who lives 2 houses down. So, like, I saw him yesterday, like, packing up his car with suitcases, but I didn't. Apparently, I guess it's to drive up to Pittsburgh. Like, just awful. It's really terrible. So, damn. We're down here in DC, but yeah, wow. Ooh, sucks. All right, were there any buys? Yeah, they have like an 8-year-old. Or no, I guess she's 10 now. So yeah, that was her grandma got murdered. Man. All right, so no buys. We're good. Okay. All right, should have gotten more water. All right, I did see here that the game was continuing to run, and sure enough, like the game already restarted. I think we have to basically quit it and restart it to get back to the beginning. Actually, oh shoot, I could have. I forgot. I could have just restored because I had a save in there right away. All right, I should have done that. Should have done that. Oops. Forgot that I had to save there. Okay, so that's what we can do. Alright, should I turn off the buys? I think I should. Oh, now we have to do the copy protection again. Alright, yeah. Gotta try to avoid that next time. Alright, so we have lightning bolt triangle. Thing. Triangle cross. I wonder if maybe we should actually restart to see. You know what? Maybe we can see if we could have gone to. Let's try to go to 34 Victoria Road today, actually. And we'll do a new save game, or like a day one slot, just so we can, you know, for easy reference. How do we? Oh, right. Yeah, you know, it may as well start with day one. It's not going to take that long either, especially since we don't have to reread this stuff. Okay, I don't think there's anything we actually got here, was there? Oh yeah, the jackknife. Okay, so the knife we actually have, that's a real thing. Okay, good to remember. And then I don't think we need to worry about any of the other stuff, right? So should we just go to, let's go to Victoria Road right away.
Good day, Inspector. I've got a problem.
Let me see if I can guess. Folks' death?
Right. I've never seen anything like it. This time I'll lose my retirement pension for sure.
I knew there was something more to it. Come on, tell your old friend Dylan everything.
It's not a very cut and dry homicide. The murderer left no traces, no prints, no cigarette burns, nothing. Every door and window, everything was locked from the inside. Lord Folks could have even committed suicide, in a rather original manner perhaps, but it would explain everything, or almost.
So there's an almost.
Microscopic slivers of glass were found on the corpse, or what was left of it. The boys at the lab are still checking it through, but we're not counting on too much.
So, Scotland Yard is groping around in the dark.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is right now. We haven't got a clue to go on.
Okay. Hello? Oh, I have to go here. Oh, that's right. Can you tell me anything that was in the papers? The niece. Large sum. The Wilder Marion Foundation. Okay. And then we could ask him about Folks. Wait, can you tell me about Lord Folks? Very esteemed and important person, and nothing else.
On behalf of the British Museum Archaeology Department, it took part in numerous expeditions to South America and the Mid-East. I've had pressure to close the case quickly. The chief was quite explicit. I've got 5 days to come up with something before he hands the case over to someone else and...
Goodbye, retirement pension.
Very funny.
Yeah. You know about Groucho? No. Why does it have... Oh, yeah, there's nothing down there yet. And there's nothing we can click on in his office. Alright, so I guess we just go back to Craven Road then. We don't have anything else to talk to him about. Alright. Unless you can do like that. No. Chin up, old man. Dylan Dog is here.
So I can relax about my retirement pension.
You certainly are a bit serious lately.
I haven't laughed since 53, my lad, and I certainly don't feel like it now. So, what do you think?
Are you asking officially?
I'm not asking anything. If the chief ever finds out I'm talking with the Monster Buster about confidential matters.
I prefer Investigator of Nightmares, thank you.
If the chief finds out, he'll have a fit.
You wanted my opinion? I think there's something queer about this whole thing. Maybe even something supernatural.
Good lord. If I write that in my report, I'll not only lose my pension.
Well, that's your problem. If you think of anything, I'll let you know. Or if I think of anything. Bye, Bluck. In the meantime, at Craven Road. This one, what's-her-face arrives? Sarah? What was that scream? Yeah, so who screamed? You want to know something? It was the bell, an idea of mine. Much better than the usual bzz bzz, don't you agree? Okay, so you ring the doorbell and it's a scream, not... I see. I'd like to speak with Dylan Dog. I hope he isn't you. No, but I'm his twin brother. You can talk to me. He's not in. Even if he were, it'd be as if he weren't. What are you talking about? I'm trying to tell you that even though there is a striking resemblance, I'm not Dylan Dog. I'm much cuter. Maybe I should come again some other time. Why do you want to leave now? You can't do this to me, not while I'm falling in love. Woman with no soul, right when I've given you the best seconds of my life. I love you. I want to marry you. Not for your money. I'd marry you even if you were much, much richer. You're nuts. Tell Mr. Dog I was here to see him. My name is Folks, Sarah Folks. I'll try again tomorrow. Women go mad about me. The other night one knocked for hours on my door, but I refused to let her out. So soon? I know lots more. A little later. A young lady was by to see you, a certain Sarah Folks.
What'd she want?
Me, of course. Oh no, another client who'll never be back. Yeah. So now we don't learn her address. So this is actually probably worse that we went to Scotland Yard, I guess. Damn it, Groucho. We didn't even get her as a person on our thing. Ugh. So that kind of sucks. Well, I guess we'll play it out and see if maybe there's a would they restart you in the start full of useless things? They might restart us from the beginning of the day if we were supposed to discover her address and talk to her and everything. So I'm wondering if maybe the game doesn't have automatically does not have Walking Dead. Like if you advance the day that you did all you needed to do, I guess. Huh. The Empire will disappear, and with all its conquest, the knowledge that was accomplished will dry up, and every other order of which it was made up will disappear. The interstellar wars will continue without end, business will decline, the galactic population will begin to decline. The different worlds will lose contact with the center of the galaxy, and chaos will regenerate. But is any of this relevant? You take a cursory look at the book. For the time being, you find nothing of great import. You leaf through the first few pages of that manual wondering why you ever bought that book. A little boring as reading goes. So maybe only those 3 books were worthwhile. Pages and pages of robbery, murder, rape cases, illicit trade. A reading that isn't very edifying, but interesting. Death of life. Short time after. Who could it be at this hour? Groucho, the door! Where the devil is he? Alright, so this is Wells. Or rather than nuts. Yeah, so at the passage in the dimension was with that mirror, so I don't know why we couldn't use that amulet on the mirror. It's probably how the demon got there to kill folks. Oh shit, I didn't need to click on that, damn it. Okay, thank you. I don't think we have anything else to talk to you about. Unless you want to know about these books. No. Actually, I guess this was new. Have you ever met Lord Folkswells? No, I haven't. Well, no, I met him years ago at a conference on Mesopotamian cities, rather than. I remember with how much sincere passion he talked about his last archaeological expeditions in the Middle East. Undoubtedly an extraordinary man for his excellent condition and intelligence. Okay. Alright, so I think we're done with him. There's nothing else we can ask him about. What's the deal with these books? A large spaceship Lance rays. One of the attackers blocked the blow, then went ahead. The cruiser dived suddenly while an enemy's ray missed it. The rays were launched in succession. The Project Selden. Thanks to it, opportune conditions were created in order that the Second Galactic Empire, in which humanity could be guided by mental science, could be created in 600 years instead of 1,000 years. In the same time, the Second Foundation will develop and prepare a group of psychologists capable of assuming command. Yeah, I don't know what Cluser means. Rufus, big distracted. Okay, so I don't know. It almost seems like this is a worse day one because we didn't get to talk with Sarah and go to her mansion. Or set us up to go to the mansion day 2. So I'm guessing she comes back on day... She will come back on day 2, but... I'm not sure if that'll be helpful. Like if we lose, that means we lose a day? Possibly. So right now we're on day 1, actually. Okay. And then the deaths I need to remap. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure what else we can do now. Unless we just talk to him. Ask him about himself. Very well. My dear friend, let's now continue. I'm waiting for the story. So long or else goodbye. Okay. Towards the evening. Maybe she'll come back tonight? No, this was just the stupid thing. Okay. Oh, now we can go to... Oh, we can go back to this place. Back to the police station.
Why am I honored with this visit?
Oh, nothing. Just passing by and I thought, why not drop in on an old block?
Okay. Spit it out. What do you want to know?
Me? I just had an idea. At what time was folks murdered?
The coroner's put it around midnight, give or take 30 minutes. May I know why you want to know?
Just a coincidence. Midnight is the witch's hour. Bad. That was it? Just that discussion? Alright, so now we're back to day 2. Anyone call? Right. Okay, get lost. Boss, you know I can never do that. I never leave home without a map.
Groucho!
Okay, I'll go on marching. 1, 2. Alright, so we can't even make it to her house because we didn't learn the address. So I don't know, I guess we're just experimenting with different ways of playing the first couple days. But this actually seems worse, that we went to the police station and we missed Sarah Folks' visit. So now we can't even go there. Glance inside the drawer convinces you that you have to clean it. So I guess go back to Victoria Road.
I see you're back.
What did you expect me to do? Not having anything better to do, I decided to pay my dear old Inspector Block a visit.
In less than an hour.
Oh, right. Right, this is what we actually did see in day 2 before. And unless we can ask him about Wells. Oh, right. Oh no. Do you like it? Yeah, okay. Alright, so I guess, yeah, there's nothing new here. Alright, so go back to the here. Oh, we already died, section 2. Alright. I don't know what the function of that is, Aardvark. I tried to figure it out from the manual, but... Oh, they restart you back to day 1. Interesting. I think. Yeah, I think they did. Yep. So you don't... They give you day 1 free, but then day 2, that's where you get fucked up. Alright, so it looks like there's no point in going to... Or if we do go to Victoria Road... I guess we should go to Victoria Road only after we talk to Sarah. And then maybe even Lord Wells. Looks like that's the key there. Okay, interesting. So we should hang around here until we hear from Sarah. Never read so many absurdities in one sitting. A book on the materialization of ectoplasm. Very interesting. Why, what was that? A collection of the last 10 publications of Playboy. Very interesting indeed. The Cthulhu Monsters. Oh, that seems relevant. No. The Black Cloud by Fred Hoyle. Well, I think they do it so, Aardvark, the function of one is just so that you can see how many times you've right-clicked. But I don't know what the purpose of that is, because I don't know what single right-click accomplishes. You sit down to think. Yeah, that was very helpful. Alright, so we're just waiting for Sarah Folks to get here, I guess. Oh, I guess we're supposed to look at this stuff. I forgot. Hey, how's it going, Walter? Alright, why don't we save here? Oh, jeez. Alright, let's just use game 3 since we're not sure. So, this will be day 1 start. This is day 1 pre-Sarah. And I think we did... Day 2 we're probably gonna, or slot 2 we're gonna probably save over. It is Groucho Marx, yeah, Ducky, hey. Yeah, it is Groucho Marx. Alright, how long is it gonna take for Sarah to get here? Nothing of great import.
Then he saw Masulu. Masulu was lying on his back in a halo of blood. His head was crushed on both sides. His facial bones were smashed. His face was elongated and his mouth in an obscene yawn. His surviving eye was wide open and jutting out. The other was burst open because of the force of the impact. What book was that? Oh, Michael Crichton's Congo. Was that actually an excerpt from Congo? I guess we'll never know. All of the Karak and Grace of God. I want a pen. Oh, Triangle of Bermuda and its Mysteries. Book about seances. Biography on the Marx Brothers. There we go. This must be one of Groucho's books. How did it get in here? Report on the sightings of zombies, goblins, and larvae. First part. Collection of famous and non-famous jokes. How to stop smoking without starting edition naked chick. Book on torture and macabre rites. The illustrations aren't bad. Better than your blood and guts thrillers. Too bad it's non-color. Report on the sightings. Oh, that's the second part of that book. Okay. So how come what's her face hasn't showed up here? Are we supposed to go to the... I don't think we're supposed to go to Scotland Yard now. We're just waiting until she shows up. I don't remember... I mean, I know we were reading through all of the dialogue, but I don't remember it taking this much time. I mean, should we just try it? The problem is, as soon as we go to Victoria Road, right, she's going to show up. I guess we can confirm that. And we can just restore if need be. Oh, R2, thanks very much for the host. Welcome, everybody. How did, Bubble Bobble go? It looks like you were on your way to beating it. Yeah, okay. So if you go to the police station, you miss her, then you're fucked. So wow, you cannot go to the police station there until she shows up. Oh, last level. Oh wow, so it's a tough one. Thank you, R2, for that. What? Oh, that's weird. Oh, there's still pre-Sarah, so I guess we're okay. I guess anytime you just load, it'll do that. Alright, so I guess we're just waiting for what's-her-name to show up. Yeah, so I had no idea. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Revenge 2 is doing a Sega Master System challenge. And the Bubble Bobble that came out for the SMS is very different than, I guess, the NES version you may be familiar with. It was kind of neat to see that. Alright, so we're just waiting for Sarah to show up, it looks like. Can we get the key to the... Open that drawer, Groucho. Okay, boss. Oh, that does work. Oh, we got a gun. And bullets. Look at this. Sweet. Your gun, model Bodeo 1899, before 1035, it's unloaded. 6 10.35 bore bullets. Alright, well, let's save. So can we load the gun? You load the gun. Boom. Gun is now loaded. It was nice knowing you, Groucho. Boss, you don't really want to throw that gun at me only because I hit you instead of missing you as usual. Stab Groucho. Yeah, that's what I tried. I tried shooting him. Funny. Alright, well that's good. We have a gun. And a jackknife. Alright, how do we get Sarah to show up? Is there something that we haven't done that we should? We find out about the book from her, and then we get that amulet from Lord Wells. Oh yeah, there's Harpo and Chico. So I think you're talking about Harpo, right? Yeah, Harpo. All right, yeah. So we're still waiting for. I don't know if we have to trigger her somehow. What haven't we done? Ask ourselves about him. We've done all the items on Groucho pretty much. I think. Appears to be a drawer. It's empty. How about this one down here? A normal drawer. Full of useless things. A drawer like so many others. You have to clean that one. This is the one that had the jackknife on it. That is the save load. Coffee cup. Here, Groucho, go clean this coffee cup. Doesn't want to. It's just a book. Doesn't work, the bulb is burned out. Groucho, go replace this bulb. Make yourself useful as we wait for Sarah to show up. You sit down to think. With your grey nail polish. So if we go to the if we go to Scotland Yard at 34 Victoria Road, we'll miss Sarah's visit, and then we're done. So what do we have to do to make sure she shows up? I think we just wait, right? Like there's no, since it is real time. All right, maybe we make a log of what actions we have to do in case we have to replay this stuff. Okay, look at newspaper. Open 3 drawers to get knife, gun, or I guess gun and bullets. The save load. Ask Groucho about the newspaper and mail. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's what's her name. Then he crashes into her. She's like, what? Later he gets worse. Okay, so then we get her. And the body was terrible. Okay, ask him about her, Uncle Sarah. So ask Sarah about folks and newspaper. Okay, he spent whole days and nights in the library. He always had a book, a heavy worn volume that he guarded with jealousy. He'd lock it up in the safe every evening. Okay, so we have to find the safe to find the book. Okay, so that's what we probably missed. At her house. My uncle had always been an eccentric, but his behavior had grown even stranger lately. And then you locked everything up at 11. Yeah, sorry, Ardrook, we were going back and forth between days 2 and 1. Yeah, and then he says, tell me about the book. Asked him what was so important. He wouldn't tell me, made me promise if everything ever happened, we should destroy it. And she couldn't find the book. It disappeared. Well, did you find it in the safe or not? Okay. You remember the name of the book? Yep, it's the Necronomicon. Are you sure? The print was strange. The title was written in golden letters on a deep red-purple background. The title page had strange letters on it. Arab, maybe. The Necronomicon. What is it? The Al-Azif or Necronomicon is a book of black magic. It teaches how to call the antique masters back to life, monstrous beings strange to our world. I can't even imagine what could happen. It's too terrifying. Officially, no other copies of the book exist. Do you think my uncle was practicing black magic? Why not? In the end, it could be a hobby like any other. I can't believe it. Okay, we can ask her about the inspector. Do you know of Inspector Block of Scotland Yard? Inspector Block is no... Okay, right, we saw this before. I think he suspects me. Don't worry, yeah, you can trust him. Okay. Groucho, why not? What do you think about my assistant? I think you better find another one. Soon you could get infected. What do you think about me? Oh. I don't think we care about the... I didn't think you had a gun. Neither did I. Usually I go around unarmed. I don't know why I got it exactly today. I followed my instinct without thinking. Sometimes it happens. Wow, okay. Groucho, gun. You know anything about these books? Tell me about your uncle, Sarah. Get a heart of gold. Changing habits. Alright, okay. Yeah, so this is the same thing we just saw. Okay, so... Yes. Got it good. She hasn't told us about the address of her place. Oh, here we go. Now she does. So that's just a timed thing. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you at the mansion. The Necronomicon. Can it be that the old lord had an authentic copy? And if so, what was he working on in such secrecy that not even his niece knew anything of it? And there's one more query. Where did the book disappear to? Too many questions without answers. My 5.5 cents tells me there's something odd about this whole affair. Maybe something will turn up at the villa. Okay, Dylan accepts the challenge. Let's hope for the best. And let's save. Alright, so we're gonna go to 3 again. This will be the post-Sarah save. So here's the question. Do we go... if we go to Scotland Yard, do we miss... Oh, we can't even go to Scotland Yard. So we definitely will be around for Wells's visit. Okay. And we can't ask Groucho about that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this is Lovecraftian, yep. So what do we do while we're waiting for Wells? Now lost. So we can't even find the safe. Oh, maybe we don't have to worry about the safe then.
Your gun is loaded. A strong jackknife, always useful. Should we use it on some of these things? Break the ship. Tales of Human Anatomy. Well, we already read all the books. We could. Yes, we're just here waiting for what's-his-face. Lord Wells. Sarah Fawkes, Lord Fawkes' niece and student of psychology. Oh, really? And then, yeah, it could be a short time after. Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe we could have done the same thing to get her to appear. Okay, so give us the amulet. Let me say, ask Wells about probably the amulet, folks, book, probably the newspaper, maybe, yeah, we'll see. Oops, okay. Okay, you can't do that. Alright, folks. Newspaper. Okay, Sarah? Yes. I've never had the pleasure, rather than, I must confess that I would love to, if only I were 10 years younger. What a creep. Okay. My mail. I guess we're done with him. So would we click on the address? Actually, I guess we'll... Should we do a save? Why not? So slot 4 will be day 1 mid Wells. I guess we don't have anything else to ask him about. Unless he knows something about these books, but probably not. No. Alright. So, is this the way to get rid of him? Let's see. Yeah, it is. Cool. Towards the evening. A blow-up doll? Oh, yeah, because she's always like... Hey, Linda. Alright, so hopefully we've done all we need to do. The only thing that we didn't do on day 1 is go to Scotland Yard, but if you do that, then you miss you miss the Sarah meeting, which is huge. Oh, maybe now we can go there? Good day, Inspector. Oh, nice, okay. So let me write this down. Go to Scotland Yard. Ask, what's his name? Block about newspaper. How about folks? Probably Sarah too. No? Book. Wells. Huh. Surprising. We can't ask him about the amulet, I remember that. Okay, gun. Knife. Mail. Groucho. Huh, surprising. Alright, so I guess we're done here. Me? If you needed help, you could have phoned me. Oh yeah, look at that.
Please don't start up too. I don't need any more help for today. I spoke to your colleague this morning.
Strange, you didn't mention it.
Doesn't surprise me. Just one question. When are you firing him?
Ooh, Groucho? I've thought about it, but I'd have to pay severance pay, and I'm not exactly rich right now. Today they almost cut off the electricity. Yeah, dude, you're only charging £50 a day. Yeah, and I don't think we can interact with anything in his office, so I think we're done. We asked him about literally everything we could. Unless himself. Can you do that? No. Ask me about him. Alright, so I guess we're good. Thank you. Chin up, old man. Dylan Doug is here. So you can relax. Okay, yeah. Alright, so now we go to day 2. Alright, so let's get a new... That was good. We actually did everything it seemed like we could do that day. Alright, so let's save. And this will be another... Yeah, we'll do a day 2 start. Save complete. Alright, so let's go to 13 Jason Road. Finally, you're here. And then they talk about Groucho. Okay, good. Alright, so we can look at... Whoops. So we have an hexagonal eye socket. We get the ashes. Ask her about the ashes. And then we don't know where he kept his letters. So we have to find where he kept his letters. Can't ask her about the heart. You can ask her about the amulet. Oh, I should make a day 2 thing here now. Day 2, go to Jason Road. Search fireplace. Search mirror. Ask Sarah about ashes. Mirror. Wait, did we? I don't think we asked her about the mirror. How strange, this frame decorated with skulls. Yes, I find it about macabre. I've never liked mirror, this one in particular. Reflect a part of us. Right. Okay. Can we ask her about the amulet? Yes, we can. Present of a friend. Quite valuable. The book? No. Anything more in the newspaper? Oh yeah, okay, it's the same conversation. Okay, got it. Alright, so now we need to find either the safe or we need to find the, something else. We do have a gun. I don't know if the the tea is considered, important. You don't have to ask her about the tea. Okay, then there's the Aztec objects. Okay. Okay. We have the windows, Quetzalcoatl, you. So I need a key, so can I ask her for the key for the balcony? No. Damn. Oh, and then there's the urn. No hint to its owner. She doesn't say anything about it. I can't put the ashes in the urn. You mix love and work. Can we ask her about ourselves? No. Groucho? Oh wait, Blockbeard asked her about Wells. Do you know if your uncle knew Lord Wells? Oh
write the minimum idea. Anything new about her grandfather? Her uncle, rather? He knew one of the clerks quite well. She was an old friend of his. I believe her name was Mrs. Schachter. She works in the great Russell Street Antique Manuscripts Department. Oh. Ah, I was hoping that would unlock a new person. Damn. That would unlock something. Right, yeah, we saw that before. Alright, well, probably worth asking again. If we find out Mrs. Schachter. Now we have to... Oh, so let's see, we probably have to restart now for day 2. See you tomorrow, bye. A few hours later. Oh! Oh shit! Okay, we did unlock something. Alright, that's what we need to do. 9GT Russell Street. Let's save. Sweet. Alright, so this is going to be slot 5, day 2, post mansion. Sweet, 9GT Russell Street. Mrs. Schachter, I presume my name is Dylan Dog. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Lord Fawkes. A tragedy? It was a horrible tragedy indeed. I understand. Professor Fawkes was an extraordinary man. Oh, okay, we did get her. Boom. Alright, so let's ask her about the newspaper. Have you heard about Lord Fawkes' death? Yes, even if indeed I don't believe it was premeditated homicide as they wrote in the papers. Do you think it was a robbery? That was also very strange indeed. Professor Fawkes had a rich collection of Aztec objects of inestimable value. But he also had a picture, which was among the rarest in the world. So that it seems strange that a thief steals only one object, having the possibility of stealing the entire collection. Okay, let's ask about Fawkes. Tell me about Mr. Fawkes. I'd known him for many years, you know. He often came here to do research, and I would sometimes find the books he needed for his studies. Sometimes, indeed, he would stay here for whole days at a time. He'd say that these silent halls were filled with peace and tranquility. Is this a library? Bookstore library. Where we are now is indeed his favorite room. He'd always use that desk over there. Oh, poor Mr. Fawkes. And what was he working on of late? Indeed, I have no idea. Professor Fawkes was a very private person. I do know, indeed, that he was studying 2 books in particular, Cosmic Horrors in Literature and the Origins of the Myths of Cthulhu. Don't we have those 2 books? I did note, however, that he always had a heavy hand-bound tome with him. Indeed. Alright, what about Sarah? Do you know Lord Fawkes' niece, Sarah? Poor dear. Tell Mr. She is better now, is she not? Yes, she's better now. You know that she did indeed lose both her parents in an accident when she was very young. Geoffrey had taken care of her just like a father. Wells? No. Locke. Me. Groucho. Alright, how about the Necronomicon? Can you tell me something about the book Lord Fawkes was reading? He jealously guarded that book. It was printed in the last century by the Miskatonic University Press at Arkham. It must have been a particularly valuable book. And its title?
The Necronomicon, or the Book of Dead Names.
You knew that already, though.
Don't be surprised. The Necronomicon was purely a work of fiction. Indeed, there are a few fakes around.
Do you have a copy here in the library? Oh, it's a library.
Indeed, I'm afraid not. But I could check. We keep the uncatalogued works in the north wing of the library, closed to the public. Come back tomorrow.
Will do. You know about these ashes? I found this letter in the folks' fireplace.
A very curious fact indeed. Professor Folks, may he rest in peace, was a very tidy and orderly person. I think he had some archives, indeed, where he collected everything with meticulous care.
Interesting. Okay. Our mail. How about this amulet?
Curious object, Mr. Dog, indeed.
Do you mean this amulet?
Indeed, I must have seen something like it. It must be a reproduction of a Celtic jewel.
It's a present from a dear friend of mine. Alright, is there anything here that we can look at? An original writing desk of the 18th century. An armchair which looks very comfortable. Sit in it. You sit in the armchair. You feel something pointed. You find a stick under the cushion? Holy shit. The stick is made of bone. It is about 15 centimeters long and is faceted like a pencil. Oh, it's very bony and hard. Bony and hard stick. Have you ever seen this before?
I don't believe so, indeed.
Ask Schachter about bone. Alright, let's get a save in here. Oh no, we can't get a save in here, right. A political planisphere. What? What is this? Some history books about Middle Eastern peoples. Nothing of particular interest except for the paragraph on the beliefs of the inhabitants of North Yemen. One of the legend tells of a man who controlled supernatural beings by means of a magic crystal prism. Aha. Some history books about the Sumerian peoples. I hope these are by shelves. Mesopotamian civilization. Some English dictionaries. Some medical books rather ancient. Medical Encyclopedia 1840. Edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica 1789. Can I ask you about the Middle Eastern? Some books about heresies in the 15th century. Thanks for everything, Mrs. Schachter. Goodbye.
Come again any time, Mr. Dog. I'll be happy to help indeed.
In the afternoon. Throw it to Rufus. Boss, what's the difference between the living dead and the dying living? I mean, which one is deader or more alive than the other? I don't know. You should. It's fundamental to our work. By the way, did you hear the one about the vampire who drew from the blood bank? I know an inspector from Scotland Yard who'd like that story. Why don't you tell it to him? Last time I tried, he wanted to arrest me for attempted robbery. Oh, day 3. Okay, we advanced to day 3. Awesome. So we did everything we needed to do, presumably. Going out, boss? No, I'm coming in backwards, walking backwards. How long do I have to get it? Okay. Is this bugged out? Normally he stands over... What? Oh, right click. As long as you wish, but beware of brain damage. Boss, a letter came while you were out. I put it on your desk because there was no more room in the fireplace. Oh, Groucho. Well, that's our name, Mr. Dog. Alright, so we have a letter. Let's see. Alright, before we see, let's save. So, should we do a new slot 3? I guess we could do 6. The letter sent by HPL. Lovecraft? Perhaps I know something that might interest you regarding Lord G. Fulks. See you in the Ancient Manuscripts Department of the British Museum in Great Russell Street this evening. HPL. Day 3. Read letter. Alright. Okay. So let's go. Can we go back to yeah, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. H.P. Lovecraft. We're gonna meet him. Dylan, thank goodness I needed to talk to you. Things have been happening. Alright, so we don't know if this is what we have to do, so this is why we're testing. Oh, Dylan, I'm scared. Now I'm here. What's up? Last night I heard noises coming from my Uncle Jeffrey's study. They sounded like someone wailing. I went downstairs to see. I saw him. What? A shadow, a phantom. I don't know. It spoke. I think it was my uncle. Ricordo, Cio c'è, ti ha detto? No, I don't remember anything. It was like a dream. His voice sounded from afar, muffled. Do you believe me, Dylan? They forgot to translate that line. There are two types of people in the world. The ones who believe in the unbelievable, like all the others, and those who do the improbable, like me. However, the answer is yes, I believe you. Even if no one else doesn't. But how could such a thing happen? I don't know. You could have simply hallucinated or actually seen your uncle's ghost. The best thing you can do is not stay in this house alone. Sometimes solitude can play some pretty rough tricks. If you'd like to come stay with me, I'd be more than happy to open my bed to you. I don't know if... What's the problem? This type of service is offered only to our very special customers like you. Agreed, okay? Yes. Wow. Alright, so does she know about this stick? No. Jackter? No. Alright, maybe we can, like, reinvestigate this? No, we can't. The mirror has really caught your attention. Yeah, the hexagonal. So we still don't have the hexagonal item here. This is like a pencil. Can we write on the mirror? Inserting the stick into the eye socket sets off a device that will reveal a false bottom. Aha! Clack! Boom! It's a secret passage. Oh snap! Alright. Open secret passage with bone stick. When you examine the inside of the looking glass, you find an old photograph which has turned yellow with time. Ooh. It's a discolored black and white photograph of men wearing colonial-style clothing. One of them is Lord Fulks at the age of 30. Okay, examine looking glass and photo. Okay. Let's show the photo to you. Do you know what this is? A photograph. Good deduction, but I had already gotten there myself. Yeah, there is a double jump. I've never seen it before. How strange. The first man on the left is my uncle, but the others, I haven't the foggiest idea. They're probably old colleagues of friends, or friends. Yes, probably so. I do know that he'd worked with the Department of Archaeology at the British Museum. Okay. We ask about him again. Is there something new? Can you tell who knew your uncle well? He was quite a loner as of late. He would leave the house only to go to the library in the British Museum. He knew one of the clerks quite... Oh, this is what we asked before. Okay. That's not new. Alright, should we go through the looking glass? This mirror has really caught your attention. Oh yeah, yeah, I know about the hexagonal. Oh, so we can't actually go. I thought this was supposed to be a portal to something, but apparently not. Huh. Okay. Alright, I would love to pause it, but unfortunately I can't because it's a real-time thing and there's no way to pause it. There's a skull there. What was this again? Oh, the letter. Yeah, yeah. Oh, alt pause. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Aardvark. Forgot about that. That's just pausing DOSBox, but the game has there's no in-game pause function, unfortunately. Okay. So we have some buys. These were from before. All right. So Flood 1 for the Daedalus Encounter. And oh shoot, Chrome is messed up. No, it's actually not. It's just this tab, which probably means it's messed up. Oh yeah, Chrome is messed up. Oh my God, Chrome. Why? Why, Chrome? Why? All right, now. All right, I was able to close the bad tab, but it's going to take a while to open up the new one. Oh my God. Maybe I should just start working off Firefox. I don't know. Boy, Rufus. All right, I have to get some water anyway. So while we're waiting for this tab to load, I'll be right back. Probably not worth putting the trailers on since it won't be very long. All right, so apparently this can't even load. There's no way to even load this. And yeah, all of Chrome has gone to shit. All right, let me just kill this entirely if I can. Yep, okay. Let's go with Firefox. Very annoying. And Firefox is installing updates. Nice. Hey, Big Red. Miriam. Mochum, Nico. Okay, it's opening up over here. Okay. All right, so it's not really optimized, but whatever. We'll get the job done for now. All right, Daedalus. Moves out of Bud Tucker to into the top 50 at V50. Cody 34 Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. Hangs in there at V4. Pass 3 more Poisonous Johnnies. Motrum 34 Woodruff and the Schnibble. Moves out of a Poisonous Microsoft, Heart of China, and another Poisonous Microsoft. Up to R3. And then Bombburst 3 for Muppet Treasure Island out of Wayne's World, Donutopia, Around the World in 80 Days, up to V34. Oh, wait a minute. This is not... Wait, what's the legacy pick? I thought it was... It is Around the World in 80 Days. It's not Last Off of Darkness. So this is wrong. How are we going to do this? There we go. That's better. All right, there we go. Probably do a... Oh, there we go. And then this does not have a look. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, and then let's see. So that was Muppets. Miria 2 for Shivers 2. Oh, really? I'm not even familiar with Midori. I did use Opera like way back in the day. And I enjoyed that. That worked out well for me. But then when the web got more complex, Opera struggled. All right, Shivers 2 up to R5. And then Nico 3 for Lore of the Temptress. Moves out of Curses, Batman, and Amazon Queen to V7. All right. I don't know why some of these are not loading anymore. Okay, cool. We're all caught up. Oh, I missed one here too. One from Big Red for CyberCon 3. The first lot buy for CyberCon 3. That moves ahead of the Elf's Christmas Adventure to V73. Okay. All right, thank you everybody. Reset that, turn those off. Oh, I do want to get the dashboard on if at all possible. All right, so let's resume our game timer. And we'll also get rid of those and over here. Okay, so what did we just do? We asked Sarah about the photo, right? Yeah. Okay, so Alt FN. Good job. Go. All right. Is there anything new to ask about the ashes? Probably not. So we still need to know where he kept the letters. Can we ask you about this? How strange this frame decorated with skull. She's not gonna comment the fact that it's open now. Okay, I just want to see if there's anything new there. I guess we could just go back to our place. You'd think there'd be something else to do here. She didn't comment on the letter. Okay. Oh, did this freeze too? Yeah, wow. The chat froze. Ugh. Yeah, as soon as I start like playing for, usually streaming for more than 3 hours, the stream starts dying little by little. Okay. Let me just make sure this works. No, it's not back. Ugh, how annoying, what the hell? Oh great, is OBS, yep, OBS is frozen now. Oh my god, what This is so like predictable. Every day it's the same sequence of events that happens. Chrome goes. So it must be like a CPU issue. All right, hang on, let me pause the thing for a moment. This is ridiculous. So I can't stream for more than 3 hours without stuff breaking. So OBS is frozen again. This is, you know what actually killed OBS was my trying to restart the chat. So if the chat freezes on stream, I'm just gonna say whatever. Ugh. But it's weird too because even Deepbot doesn't have chat coming through anymore. Ugh. Really annoying. Yeah, Zell Franklin Pierce. Nice. Alright, well, whatever. I guess as long as we can still play the game, that's what matters. Or can we play the game? Nope, my mouse is gone. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yep, game crashed. Alright, so at least we had the save from day 3 at least. Maybe, you know, maybe actually now, maybe I should restart the stream now, actually, in fact. Because I won't be able to do anything, like I won't, yeah. Well, sometimes it comes back. Does this work if I move? Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I'm gonna have to restart the stream. So we'll be back, hopefully in like 2 minutes. Apologies. Oh, it does say it's currently active. Oh, did it momentarily get fixed? I saw levels moving for a second there. Oh. Test 1. Oh wow, it works now when this is up. Then as soon as I hit no, then it freezes again. What the hell? But if I have this dialog box open, then the levels come back, so like the program gets revived. Weird. That is ridiculous. Alright, yeah, well, I'll have to force crash it. Alright, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Or maybe not. This doesn't even want to quit. Yes, I want to stop and quit. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to force kill it with Task Manager.